Hey there, everybody. How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Eric, and I'm glad you could join us. People often ask, why don't we do any barbecuing videos? And I do love to barbecue, I gotta admit. But the problem is that I don't have a barbecue pit. Now, I'm not going to get into the story of how I lost my barbecue pit. I'll save that for the patrons of the channel, so be sure to check that out, patrons. Point is, I got a new one. I went to Amazon.com, believe it or not, and saw the very pit I've been eyeballing for the last 2 years at least, on sale at a price that I could not refuse. We got the Big Joe 3, and in today's video, I'm just going to show you very quickly how to set it up. This is a very easy pit to set up. Let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with the ashtray and the slide-out compartment. This is the slide-out compartment right here. That just fits right on in there, and we want to try to center that as much as possible and try to line it up with that air vent at the bottom. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab the firebox base and set it right on top. Now, if it's centered, then the rest of the process is going to be relatively easy. And what I like to do is just make sure that I've got everything lined up, just like that. Should slide in and out, no problem. And that's to catch the ashes from your firebox. Next, we're going to take the ceramic panels and just slide them right into the grooves of that firebox base. Now, they're not going to fit perfectly at first, and that's okay, because we're going to have to adjust them a little bit to get them to fit properly. But this is how we're going to set it up. And you can either have someone help you do this, or you could grab a roll of paper towels and just wad up a little paper towel and place it directly behind each one of those ceramic panels. And what that's going to do is that's just going to lean it forward just a little bit. When you lean those panels forward, you're going to notice that they're going to start to fit more securely, more snug. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And this is going to give us the opportunity to come back with our stainless steel ring, which is going to hold everything in place once those paper towels get burned up during our first or second cook. All right, now that our panels are properly fitted, we're going to come back with our stainless steel ring, and that's just going to fit directly over those panels, and that's really what's going to hold everything in place. All right, so far so good. The hard work is done. We're now going to come back with our charcoal basket, and that charcoal basket is just going to sit right on that lip. There's also a divider that allows you to create, different cooking zones, so you can create a front and back cooking zone, or a right and left cooking zone, but for this setup, I'm not going to have it. And at this point, there's two directions you could take. I'm going to show you both. The first direction is utilizing something called the slow roller. Now, this accessory comes standard with the Big Joe 3, and we're just going to take the base of that and set it on that stainless steel ring. Next, we're going to take our divide and conquer 3-tier cooking rack and set it on each one of those notches. It should fit perfectly. The next step is to take the centerpiece of the slow roller and just put it right on top. And there's nothing special about how this connects. It just fits right onto that lip. Nothing special here, kind of tongue and groove sort of stuff. Once you get that onto that lip, go ahead and put the top of the slow roller. And there you go. That little unit is set up. This is supposed to evenly distribute the heat, allow that smoke to come out, to give you really nice smoke penetration. Probably really great for your briskets, your pulled porks, your low and slow kind of stuff. I haven't used it yet, so, you'll have to stay tuned to see how it works. Next, we're going to go ahead and put in our racks. And for the racks, you just want to make sure that the racks butt up against that little notch. And that way they don't slide out of place. And we're going to put the other one in. Very easy. You shouldn't have to force it in. And there we go. All right, so let me show you the other way you could set this grill up. In the event you want to use the ceramic deflector plates, you want to get a little flame broil action going on. And there's a spot under your Big Joe 3 for that slow roller. So we're just going to store that right there. And our setup is going to continue after we've installed the charcoal basket. So notice now we're putting in our divide and conquer rack system, and I'm going to lock it into place. It locks right into that charcoal basket. Notice how you can now lift the entire setup out, which will make for easy cleanup. Really like that. All right, so now that we've got that set up, you can at this point add the divider rack, which will create your different cooking zones. You can go right or left or up and down. It's really up to you. And for what I'm going to be cooking, I'm not going to be using that divider. We're going to be cooking some Mexican elote. So we're just going to go ahead and put our charcoal here in it and just get it ready for that as we continue. Next, we have an accessory rack, and the accessory rack is going to fit directly onto those notches that our grill racks were butted up against, and that's going to lock it into place. So we're just going to place that right into the middle, and this is what's going to support our ceramic heat deflectors. And so that's going to go directly right on top, and these are great if you want to cook on indirect heat. When we do cook our Mexican-style elote, we're not going to be using these deflectors because I want that flame, I want that char. Anyway, but that's what it's going to look like. Next, we can go ahead and add our racks, and same thing. We just want to put our racks directly onto that divide and conquer system, making sure that they butt up against that notch so they don't fall out during your cook. And with this particular system, you can either have your rack at one level, or you could take advantage of their tier system by placing one rack slightly higher than the other, which will cook it at a slightly lower temperature. And that's the inside. Let's go ahead and finish setting this up. We're going to place our control tower top vent directly onto that opening. It's going to fit relatively snug. And this allows you to control the heat two ways. You can open and close the vent just like so, or you can open that entire top vent and just allow that fire to get to ripping. All right, final thing we're going to do is place the shelves onto the Big Joe 3. Notice the logo. We want that facing toward us, and just line up the notches on the side, and this can be opened or closed very easily. Let's go ahead and do the other side. There it is. And our setup is complete. And in case you were wondering, this is not a sponsored video. I've been saving up my hard-earned money a long time for this little baby, and I'm very excited to be able to share some of the things we're going to cook in it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.